welcome to another episode of The Launchpad. I'm Erica and I'm here with Record Club.
What's up, everyone? Super excited to, be a part of this interview and looking forward to sharing some background on us.
Yeah,
Cool. So, first and foremost, I know y'all are an LA-based group. Where's y'all's everything okay with all the fires or
yeah, we're good. We're in the valley right now. So we're not too close to the Palisades where a lot of the, destruction really happened. But just still part of LA. It was just amazing to see a lot of the different communities come together and kind of, rally together with the Palisades fire and then the Pasadena fire, which again just was devastating to this area. So we're good here in the valley, though. We're yeah. So
just wanted to check in, make
yeah,
sure
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
you're
no, appreciate that.
first. Well, congrats on being a 2025 Moon Landings Rising Star. When y'all got that notification or when you found out, how did y'all feel about that?
I mean, we were super stoked,
Yeah.
to be recognized for something like that. We've been putting in a lot of hard work for a while. So, seeing that was like, oh, sweet, like people are, getting behind us and, really enjoying our music and things like that. So, it felt like, a lot of the work we've been putting in, we're starting to see some of the fruits of that labor, which is, really awesome to see and, really motivating, to keep pushing through.
For someone who's just discovering your sound, I'm sure a lot more people are going to be discovering y'all. How would you describe your sound, your music taste?
Yeah, I would say we kind of don't box ourselves into one genre of house music. We really do make all types of house music. Like that's kind of our calling card, I'd say. Um, anything from funky type house music to something a little more minimal and tech focused. Like you're gonna find basically anything in our discography under those, umbrella terms of house music, I'd say. So
Yeah, I'd say a lot of times in the creative process for us, kind of when we open up, Ableton, we don't necessarily say, we're gonna make, a bass house song or a tech house song. Dan's definitely a bit of the more creative one, I'd say, out of the two of us. So he kind of leads when it comes to starting the creative process on our music. And, he has like a pretty deep knowledge of, music from other genres and things like that. So he pulls from a lot of different areas. And I think that kind of leads to, not one exact type of genre in the house music scene, when he's making music. So that kind of
yeah.
leads to, a bunch of different variety from our songs.
Exciting. What inspired you to come up with the name Record Club?
So I got the idea from so record clubs from what I know used to be a thing like back in like the 50s and 60s where people would like sign up through like I think it was like a magazine or something like that and a record label would like send them, albums or stuff like that, whether it be like classical music, dance music and stuff like that. And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of like the old school like Spotify and things like that. Like that's how people, could listen to music and they
Yeah.
would send stuff. And I like the idea that, it was all different types of genres and it was all encompassing. And I kind of felt like, Record Club has this kind of more generalized feel. And our idea has kind of always been, like come and like, join the club, like everyone's welcome, no genres off, top like limit, things like that. So we kind of like that it was, pretty broad, but it was also, can resonate with a lot of different people.
So y'all two are brothers, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Which one of y'all is older?
I am.
How does the family brother dynamic work? Do you play a lot of the I'm the older brother, we're doing this, or do you pick on them, or how does it work working with a brother?
I'll defer to the younger one.
Yeah, no, it's a cool dynamic, I'd say. I think yeah, there's some older brother, little brother aspects to it that just happen naturally, I'd say. But no, I think we are such a yin yang combination. Like we're polar opposites, like creatively, and I'd say like structurally too. So I think that's why it works so well. Because Alex is not the type to, you know, be like a yes man to me. If I like show him something, he's like, we could change this, this, and this. Like, I love that. There's not this, idea where he's like, oh, like it's good,
He says he loves it now, but in the heat of the moment,
yeah,
definitely doesn't sound like that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Definitely a lot of pushback, but it's good. We're able to bounce a lot of ideas off each other. And, I think also we're able to touch on different age groups too and kind of get that different kind of perspective as well, which I think, helps kind of our sound and just our project generally.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So, 2022, y'all's first festival, Escape, one of my favorites. Since then, what has been y'all's favorite like venue or festival y'all have played at?
Yeah, we had the opportunity to play at Academy. I think it was a year and a half ago, and that's a venue, we've been to a bunch.
love it. Yeah.
And we love festival sets, but I think club sets are always real cool because it feels like you have a little bit more kind of ability to kind of test the waters and play, more wide range of music, maybe a little bit more underground stuff. So we really enjoyed that set and kind of it was just kind of, a cool moment to get behind the decks and see the perspective looking out as opposed to looking at the DJ booth. And that was, kind of a surreal moment that was a cool little bucket list to check off, in our kind of road to building up this project.
Yeah.
What's your dream festival that you want to play at, or like your dream club? It could be in the States, in out of the country, just
Right now, I'd say I'd love to play maybe somewhere in Ibiza. One of the clubs there, like Solid Grooves, would be awesome. Just the vibe there just looks unreal. I've never been, so that would be just an awesome place to play.
Yeah, I'd love to play in Hvar in Croatia. We're both Croatian. Our mom's from there. So that would kind of be a full circle moment to kind of go back to, my mom's mother country and, be able to, play music there. So I think that'd be a really cool venue to get out to at some point.
Croatia has the like yacht week, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
they do Yacht Week. I'm pretty sure Ultra does their stuff in Var. So yeah, they're definitely kind of a growing scene for sure out there as well. So would love the chance to get invited to play out there for sure.
Yeah,
Hey, gotta put Croatia on the map.
absolutely.
Exactly. No doubt.
So when y'all are getting ready for your sets, whether it's the festival sets or club sets, what is y'all's ritual to get y'all in that good mindset?
I would say for me, it's kind of, maybe listening to like a couple songs that, kind of pump me up just by myself, to kind of get ready. It's kind of have a little bit of like a sports mentality, same kind of idea, we're going out there, just want to get, excited for the crowd and kind of get zoned in for the music we're about to play. And, maybe run through record box once or twice, make sure everything's kind of in order. And that's also just me, having that, nightmare scenario where maybe the USB is not going to work or something like that. So I'm the type to, want to bring like 3 or 4 USBs and, make sure that they're all ready to go. So for me, it's just making sure, we're all prepared and ready to throw down.
Yeah, same with me. Just locked in. Just try to be locked in, be ready to move with the crowd, and that's, basically, yeah, just lock in, I'd say.
What is your go-to hype song?
I have about 100, so it's like, it's tough. Um, I like, who I really like as a hype artist? He's not house, but I like Carmack. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's got a lot of weird, funky beats, and I just always can find something in his discography that I'm like, all right, like this gets me going. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I guess it really kind of depends, what I've been listening to, but I mean, a go-to for me, I have a big nostalgia for the golden era, what I call the golden era age of EDM. So, I mean, Heads Will Roll by the 8-track remix, that's always a go-to for me if, I need that little extra, dopamine boost before going out there. That always does the trick.
So y'all are up and coming, y'all are rising. Who is someone you want to have a dream collab with?
I'd love to work with someone like Chris Dussy right now. I love the sound he's producing past year or two. Um, that deep house, very melodic, but still, bangs on speakers. When you hear it live. Would love to collab with him for sure.
Yeah, I'd probably say right now for me would probably be Chris Lake. I've been listening to Chris Lake for since, he's been going through his different genres and things like that. And I would just think from a production perspective, he's just a wizard at the end of the day. He's always putting down great grooves, great melodies, and, to even just have the opportunity to kind of just like sit with him and, work through a track, and see kind of how he thinks about things and goes about stuff. I think in itself would just be an incredible experience.
So that's your dream collab. Who's your dream in-person live B2B set you want to do with?
Hmm. I would say my dream B2B set right now would probably be, man, I have a lot of different names going through my head right now.
Yeah.
Um, I've got like three right now that I'm like I'm
I'm
trying to
yeah, I'm
think who
like
I'd prefer
rotating.
out of all of them.
You
Um,
can list them all. You don't have to limit yourself to just the one. Hey, you got to put it out there. Like, manifest it.
No, it's true. So I'd say right now for me, so I love Jamie Jones sets, Rossi, Coulter, um, US artists. I really like the sets from No Thanks. They throw down for sure. Um, Beltran and finish with Classmatic is a lot. Just love the energy and vibes they bring for sure. Last one too, Sosa out of the UK. To really just get all of them out there off the dome.
just have them all,
Yeah,
behind the decks, just
yeah.
one big B2B2B.
B to
Um,
B to B to
yeah,
B.
I mean nowadays, there's no limit to how many B2B2Bs you're gonna have on that list. I think a lot of the names Dan mentioned, I'd love to be a part of all of those. So I think you covered that pretty well.
What continues to inspire your sound as you continue to grow and evolve?
I would say for me, what continues to inspire, making music is I think the reason I got into making it was because, a lot of the best moments and experiences I've had was through dance music. And I think just the ability that, music can make people feel that way kind of inspired me to, make music for other people. So maybe they can have that same kind of feeling I had. So, always knowing that, that song I'm making right now could be that one song that, affects that person's life. And, they may have, that great night that they always remember because of that song. I think is always inspiring enough to keep pushing through and, making music.
Yeah, and from a production standpoint, um, finding new samples, finding other underground artists where you just hear a song and you're like, wow, like I can't believe, this has 500 views or something. It's like absolutely unreal. And you just can get inspired from these random house tracks or even other genres. I'm very inspired by hip hop, rap, and trap. So hearing nuances in some, obscure songs and flipping it into a house track, you know, I love that. And that's what always inspires me.
Yeah, the sampling aspect definitely between the two of us. We grew up listening to a lot of hip hop. I think we were both real big fans of the producers behind a lot of hip hop
Yeah.
songs. and, hearing what they've done and taking a track and learning, what they sampled sometimes will just like blow my mind. And it's like, man, like there's just like so many different routes you can take when it comes to making a song and taking other music and, putting your own creative spin on it. Um, I think in itself just keeps, the creative juices flowing and kind of puts anything, not off limits.
If someone was trying to make it into the music industry, what is a piece of advice that you would give them?
I would say to one, you know, stay persistent.
Yeah.
It's a long road. A lot of people will, call out artists and be like, "Oh, they're an overnight success" and all of that. But what I call it a lot of the times, and I feel like it's true 99% of the time, is the reason people will say someone's an overnight success is because they just first heard of them. But
Yeah.
most of the time, I call it like a 5 to 10 year overnight success because those artists have been grinding for so long and had so many, songs people didn't hear about or songs that may not have been released. So I think it's all about, staying persistent, keeping your eye on the prize. It's a long-term game. At the end of the day, you're gonna have to put in, work and things like that to try and make it happen. But it's all about staying inspired, knowing that you're working on a long-term goal and making, certain things achievable for yourself, being realistic, but knowing at the end of the day, hey, you're doing this because it's fun, you love it, and
Yeah.
always being inspired and making sure, that's why you're doing it and keeping the fun behind it.
Yeah, it's kind of cliche, but legitimately just don't give up. If you want to do it, just put stock into it. Don't get discouraged, especially, if you upload something and it doesn't get the response you like. It's like, okay, just keep at it. Like the more music you make, you're gonna get better at it. That's just generally how I feel.
Hmm.
And the nature of this industry too nowadays is like really anyone can make it, it's such a low barrier for entry that and sometimes things do take time. We've had a couple releases of ours that, it didn't do as great right away, but it caught steam on TikTok maybe a year later, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
year or two later, and you're just like, wow,
Because at the
okay.
end of the day, whether you release a song today or you release a song next week, if someone hears that song a year or two from now, that's a new song to them. So
Hmm.
that's all that matters at the end of the day. Just because you don't think it's a new song of yours, it may be a new song to someone else because that's the first time hearing it. And I think that's what's great about music too, is that, it's timeless.
Yeah.
As 2025 is just starting and it blew up on TikTok making the bingo cards, what is some things on y'all's bingo cards, both personally and as a duo group for Record Club?
Definitely some big label releases this year. A stream of, releases, being very consistent with our releases. Some
We
show,
love to
yeah.
play, start playing shows more consistently if we can, that'd be great.
Yeah,
Um,
LA based shows, I'd say for the bingo card for sure. Um,
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Releasing with some labels over the year would be great. But yeah, also just for us, we can control, releasing music, staying active on social media, doing stuff like that, supporting, other artists, staying in touch with our fans, things like that. So I think, we just want to be present, we want to be consistent, control what we can control, and then, if we're lucky enough to get land some label releases, land some shows, things like that, get some more exposure. Hey, that's all great.
yeah.
Do you have anything in the works that you're currently working on?
Yeah, we have a couple releases scheduled for the next few months. We have a release uh on a label from a DJ we uh really like. We've liked him for a while. Can't say just yet. Classic, I know, but very excited for it. Should announce that within the next month or so. And then we love releasing on SoundCloud, so always be on the lookout on SoundCloud. We have just so many tracks on SoundCloud that we love that people don't know of yet, and just hitting SoundCloud hard for swe sure.
We use that a little bit more of our creative playground.
Yeah, Okay.
as best as we can stay within the bounds of us, SoundCloud. But what we're able to get up there, we kind of treat that as a ability to kind of test out some things, see what people like. And yeah, we'll definitely between that and Spotify, definitely got a lot of stuff lined up for this upcoming year.
So what has been like the most memorable part of y'all's DJ career?
For me, it'd probably be, just like sharing the stage with my brother, throwing down a set. I mean, when we were able to do that, whether it was at, Escape Academy, things like that, like to me, like that's why, I did this, to be able to go up there, be it brothers up there, play music together, not fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, I mean, like those little moments make it all worth it for me because like those are the things I kind of envisioned when I kind of pitched this project to my brother, years ago.
Yeah.
And getting to, share those experiences together, you're always going to remember that sort of stuff.
Absolutely. I'll echo that too. And another thing for me is just making some songs where you're like, oh, I'm making this almost for myself because I like the way this sounds. And then, hundreds of thousands of people also like this song. And it's like, wow, it's crazy. Like you guys also like this, you know, type of music too. Like as crazy as it sounds, just like I love the fact that other people like the same music I like and that we make. So that's really cool, seeing the feedback on songs like that.
I'm sure y'all have seen lots of interesting things from the crowd being on the DJ side. What is like the craziest, oh my gosh, this just happened in the crowd like moment for y'all?
I Yeah, at Escape, um, just I love sometimes, looking into the crowd and just seeing some people just locked in. You know when somebody's locked into the music, when they're literally be like ascending basically. And I was lucky enough, to see that a couple times. You just like, let's go, the music has fully enveloped them, both physically through their soul and everything. It's just like it's just the best thing to see.
Yeah, it's all about finding
Yeah.
that one person and you just always as long as they're vibing, you're good. That's all that matters. If they stop
Yeah.
vibing, that means you probably need to change the song.
No crazy totems y'all have seen or
Not that I was like readily aware of, I'd say recently. Yeah. Yes. No, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, not that I've know. I mean, I know the totems nowadays, people are very, very creative. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
But I mean, we definitely, at least on TikTok, do a lot of like memes and things like that.
Yeah.
So we would love to, at some point, inspire people, if we're lucky enough to, be playing like a big venue set or something like that, have people coming in with totems of our memes.
Yeah.
Like
SpongeBob.
that'd be pretty cool to have happen. So
SpongeBob, Pokemon, totems are always special place in my heart. So
So if you're watching this and you're a
yeah.
record club fan and we're playing a set,
Yeah.
please make a totem of one of our memes and we
Yeah.
will gladly come meet you.
Yeah. For sure.
anyone even giving y'all like weird trinkets of like candy or other
Uh, yeah. Couple.
recipes?
Lot of, yeah, lollipops. Um, I've gotten, yeah, like a dozen lollipops randomly. I don't know if I like give off like, hey, this guy really wants a lollipop for some reason, so I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't gotten those same lollipops, so I guess it's
Yeah.
him who has the lollipop vibe.
That's the weird thing I'd say. It's just always that, like exchanging, not like bracelets or anything. It's always like, here, like take this. And I'm like, okay, like so that's
Are they at least the good flavor?
yeah, a
Lollipop?
lot of them that yeah, I've gotten a bunch of I think there was one I really liked. It was like tagine and like it was like yeah, it was delicious. So yeah, if
Yeah.
the person who gave me it, I have no idea what the company was, but it was delicious. So yeah, it's like a spicy lollipop. It was great.
You're not getting the spicy lollipops?
No, I'm not getting any lollipop. They're just feeding it to him,
They don't
not
give
me.
off this, the spicy lollipop
Yeah.
vibe, I guess. I don't know.
Here at Moon Landing, we try to practice gratitude each and every day. How do y'all show gratitude?
I think both we do it, to each other, that, we're both thankful that both of us, are able to help each other out with this project itself. We each definitely have, times where either of us may get down on ourselves or things like that. So I think it's always good to pick each other up. So I think that's definitely, one of the things that each day we try and remind ourselves, that, the opportunity we have right now is, a lot of people may not
Yeah.
be able to even do that and allocate the time and effort that we're able to. So I mean, I just like realizing that every day. I think both is something that kind of continues to help us push forward, and also is something we're thankful for.
And another thing is we try to make it a point to always on any social media platform, if somebody comments on something of ours, we make sure that we comment back and show our appreciation. Because again, it's like, if it's just five people commenting, it's like those five people just commented on something of ours. Like they spent 5 minutes to say something. So it's like got to show our appreciation. Like that's just how it is. I just
Yeah,
feel like that's
no, I
yeah,
couldn't agree more with that. Because I think that does, it matters to people because, sometimes you'll make lifelong fans out of that because they do remember that. I mean, I remember, other when I was, a fan of artists and stuff, I may comment on something and if they commented back or, sent me
yeah,
a personal message and stuff like that, like that goes a really long way.
the best feeling. Yeah,
And, that's part of being an artist and stuff is you got to take the time to show appreciation towards your fans and things like that because at the end of the day those are the ones supporting you and
yeah.
pushing your project forward and that's the lifeline of your project so you got to show love to those people.
There's no record club fans. There's no record club at the end of the day.
Yeah,
So
we're just Alex and Dan.
yeah, yeah. So,
So we asked a lot, or I asked y'all a lot of questions about y'allself. Are you ready for some rapid fire? No, think about it. Just first thing that comes to your
oh,
head.
yeah,
Let's do
yeah.
it.
Woot wooers or fan clackers?
Woo wooers.
Fan clappers,
Sprouts or candy?
sprouts,
Candy.
Paschinas or bucket hats?
bucket hats,
Oh, pashinas.
Pyro or visuals?
visuals.
Visuals.
Oh, nice.
We got one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just had it. But anyway, it looks like our time is almost up. I'm starting to get the timer on the Zoom video. Is there anything else that you want to mention or let the fans know?
I would just, leave it at, we love all of our fans, we're super, grateful of each and every one of them. All the love and support we've seen as this project has grown, has continued to, inspire us. We got a lot of great music we're working on. We feel like each new track we make is better than the last. We're excited to see where this project goes in 2025 and everyone that's been along for the ride, we're happy and excited for you guys to continue on the ride. And, anyone that wants to join, hey, come and join the club because there's plenty of room. Everyone's
Absolutely.
welcome.
Yeah.
Perfect. And your fans can find you on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, anywhere else they can be on the lookout for your music.
You can go on YouTube too. So we're just starting to release some mixes on YouTube. So definitely check those out. We should have one up at the end of the week with a lot of new unreleased music. So that'll be another area where you can find some unreleased record club.
And then Instagram Reels and TikTok, we're always teasing new music on there. So if you want snippets and things like that, come check those out because most likely the stuff we're teasing on there, we may be releasing, sometime soon. So that's always a good platform to check us out there as well.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, this was the launch pad, and I'm Erica, and we had Record Club, and thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you
Thanks.
so much for having us.
Appreciate
It
you.
was a blast and yeah.